What's up, peeps? It's Nick Johnson back in here with one more video. Your favorite sports YouTube journalist back in here giving you my reaction to the Super Bowl. Now, sorry about that. If you heard that, that was my cousin acting a fool because she's a Raider fan and she's just so happy that the Chiefs lost. So yeah, the final score was one that we all did not expect. 31-9, Tampa Bay, final score. The Chiefs came in enemy territory. Tampa Bay, first time ever in NFL history that a team will host the Super Bowl on their home turf. And this was just something that we did not expect. The Chiefs got ran out of the water. I mean, bad. The Bucks came in on their pirate ship, cannons loaded, and they fired on all cylinders. The Chiefs' ship has sunk badly. Now, Tom Brady, in general, has won his 7th Super Bowl title and his 5th time winning Super Bowl MVP. Most out of any player, not just quarterback, but any player in NFL history. Now, what does this say for both teams? First off, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Their first Super Bowl title since the 2002 season, and their second overall in franchise history. Congratulations to them. Their defense, led by defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, was clicking on all cylinders because from what I saw throughout that whole game, they was running a too high safety scheme, which is basically taking away the deep route. Sorry, that was just being loud again. Yeah, they were on a too high safety system where they just basically had two of their best safeties, Jordan Whitehead and the young rookie Antoine Winfield Jr., covering the deep routes. And of course, they were running double teams all over the place. Well, mostly on Tyreek Hill. Hence the reason why he was so very quiet and was shut down most of the way. It was either Jamal Davis or Carlton Davis, excuse me if I'm wrong, or no. Yeah, it was either Carlton Davis III or Jamal Dean that were given the task to cover Tyreek Hill. Of course, they had to double him throughout the entire game. Whoever of those two guys were on him deserves a round of applause because they held him in check. 4 or 5 catches for basically way under 100 yards compared to the earlier matchup in the regular season where the secondary literally got exposed. Oh. Yeah, so it was a big adjustment, a hellified game plan from Todd Bowles, pressuring the quarterback all game long by Shaquille Barrett and Ndamukong Suh, and the rookie linebacker Devin Bush was all over the field as well. No, or was it first year? Yeah, first year linebacker Devin Bush, a rookie, had a phenomenal game himself. Rob Gronkowski arguably had his best game as a Buccaneer, with 2 touchdown passes from Tom Brady as a result. And the Chiefs, their defense got penalized most of the game. Were holding, pass interference, mostly on Bucks wideout Mike Evans. It's like, and of course he didn't have that much of an impact anyway. But that's how bad it has gotten for Kansas City. It rolled off when the Bucks got off to a 20-6 start, or rather a 21-6 first half start, and then they just continued to pour it on the rest of the way. The Chiefs clearly had no answer. They was kept out of the end zone throughout the entire game, only had 3 field goals, and Mahomes threw 2 interceptions. The defense was just on point. They did their assignments, they got to the quarterback, they got to Mahomes a dozen times, or half a dozen times at least, in the second half. It was just like a real solid all-around game plan by Todd Bowles and that Bucks defense. So congrats to them. And a great game plan from Bruce Arians, who was the offensive wizard of that Bucks offense, especially for his entire career. And this is a well-deserving for him. Bruce Arians, in his first ever Super Bowl appearance, after spending almost his entire coaching career as an offensive coordinator for Pittsburgh and Indianapolis, respectively, then got the head coaching gig in Indy when Chuck Pagano was dealing with cancer. Won Coach of the Year, obviously. Then he went to the Arizona Cardinals, basically revived that franchise for a bit, especially the 2015 season when he took him to the NFC Championship game in which they got beat down by Carolina. And that was just about it. Then after his last season in 2016 with Arizona, he retired for like a year or two. And then he comes back for another head coaching stint, this time in Tampa. Did last season with Jameis Winston. He was gone. Then they brought in Tom Brady, traded for Rob Gronkowski, signed Leonard Fournette to a one-year deal, and the Bucks have done the impossible. They're Super Bowl champions. Now for the Chiefs, what does it say about them? There's a lot for them to go over this year because they came in with a chip on their shoulder. I mean, yeah, the loss of Eric Fisher was what I mentioned earlier in the video was kind of like a loss right there, but I didn't think it'd be that huge of a loss. So even the all line of Kansas City got exposed by Tampa Bay's defensive unit, and it was just unexpected. So this is an all-around standout performance by the Bucks in general. And for the Chiefs, this is going to be really, really stung after winning it all last season. Their first in over 54 years. And this year, they just didn't have it. In this game, they just didn't have it. Pat Mahomes had a terrible game. Barely halfway the 250 mark and 2 interceptions. Travis Kelce had a better performance with around 10 or 12 catches for over 100 yards receiving. He was the only standout player from that Chiefs team, but that was just about it. Nothing else ever came forward from that team going forward. It was just awful. And a lot of the attention will go on Chiefs head coach Andy Reid's son Britt, who a couple days ago was involved in a car accident, or rather, he was a drunk driver of a car accident that injured 2 young children, a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old, in which a 5-year-old is now sustaining life-threatening injuries. She's in critical condition, and if she dies, then there's a chance that Britt will be convicted for vehicular manslaughter or first-degree murder, or second-degree murder, one of the two. Either murder in the first or second degree, most likely the second degree, or vehicular manslaughter. So, it's not going to be a good look. And Britt is not only Reed's son, but he's also the coach for the outside linebackers for Kansas City. And this is really going to sting. You already had that enough of a problem to deal with. Now you deal with this loss, and it really showed in the most ugliest way possible. So if I'm Kansas City, I wouldn't change much of anything, but just see what you can do to improve a certain area that can help you get back to the big dance. Because for me, I just don't see that many changes going on in Kansas City outside of hopefully Damian Williams will come back next season after he decided to opt out due to COVID-19 concerns. Outside of that, I don't see that much changes in Kansas City's team. They just had a really, really god-awful night. And this is like arguably the worst performance of Mahomes' career. And the first time ever in this career that he doesn't throw a touchdown pass. This is really shocking to me. But all in all, this is a really, really, really big statement win for Tampa Bay. First team in NFL history to host the Super Bowl on their home turf and to play in it and then to win it all. This is a really hellified accomplishment. And I guess the conversation with the New England Patriots franchise on who needs who. Bill need Tom or Tom need Bill? And that pretty much answered that. Tom pretty much outshined Bill, and Bill pretty much needed Tom to continue the dynasty. So it's just sad how it ended, but that's the way life goes. But it was a huge win for Tampa, a real statement win. Tom Brady with another good performance. The defense, who was the biggest story of the playoffs here, came through once again and arguably turned in their best performance of the playoff year. Hell, their best performance of the season, to think about it. You know? The passing game was a question mark, but they really tightened up, and they showed out in a big, magnificent way. And hence the reason why they got the Super Bowl win more than not. So yeah, that's all I have for today's video. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. If you want to keep up to date when I'm going to upload my next vid, hit that bell icon button where you get my notifications. And what do you think of this game? Like, what do you think? Like, do you think it could have been better? Do you think it was a good game plan by Tampa? Or, like, what do you think of this whole outcome? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And that's all I have to say. So, be sure to tune in to my next video. Once again, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You all deserve it. And that basically is the 4th championship, by the way. Before I go, this is a fun fact. This is now the 4th major sports championship in the last several months that has been won by a team either from the state of Florida or the state of California. Because remember, all sports seasons last year in 2020 were all suspended until that fall. And we resume with hockey, then basketball, then baseball, and now football. As we recall, back in September, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. And then 2 days apart, on the 10th and 12th of October, both the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Dodgers won the NBA title and the World Series trophy, respectively. Now, he capped that off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl. So, it's a pretty much even bout between Tampa and California. So, but yeah, there's a little fun fact I want to throw out there. So, yeah. Both states who have been hit the hardest with COVID-19 and whatnot, have the championship gold in the world of sports to show out for it. So, congratulations to the Bucs once again. And again, that's all I have for today. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell icon button the next time you want to get a notification when I'm going to upload my next video. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think it could have been better? Do you think it was a hellified game plan by the Bucs? Let me know what you think. And with that being said, I'm Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, and I'm out. Peace.